オール仮面ライダーライダージェネレーション
Today on review, we are looking at all Kamen Riders Wider Generation for the for the DS. And of course, if you want to play this outside of Japan, bet you could be spending a little bit of money or just by going into other means to get your hand on the game. And of course, here at Extraplayers, we do not speak Japanese, let alone try to pretend we speak Japanese. So something might have got lost in translation, but for Americans that do not speak any Japanese, this review should be fairly accurate for you. So the basic story of all Widers is, of course, a new baddie have showed up, and all the Widers from 1971 all the way up to 2011 got to team up to defeat that new baddie while along with all his henchmen and marshals from all the TV series over the last 40 years. The gameplay of all Wider is mainly a beat-em-up slash RPG game. The RPG side come in from the character. You have a grand total of 28 characters that you can unlock in the game, and you can mix and match up to 2 at a time for your party, which each of the characters will be gaining abilities and level along the way to help them fighting ability, right along with updating their health and the overall damage overall. And on top of that, you will be collecting money within the game, which you can spend at the shop from the little chick from Dino, who will be selling you occult potions and stuff to boost your stat, right along with individual weapons that is tied to each rider themselves. But as far as the beat 'em up is concerned, the gameplay is made up of just a heavy, a light attack, and special attack. It's a very simple style, but at the same time, all the different techniques all the Wider have make it unique to each Wider. Only, sadly, the normal, heavy, and normal attack, not so much. But at least the special attacks and the Wider kit and finishers are unique enough to actually make the character feel decent overall, and add a decent battle style to each Wider that you pick. And in certain cases, if you team up certain Widers that have met, you would do a double combo, for example, having V1 or V2 in your party together. They will form a double attack to kill off your opponent once you fill up your ability gauge. But if you do not have that, you will do a single attack once you fill up that gauge. That will pretty much kill off everything on the screen. And on top of all of this, you of course have your mission structure for each level. Through the story, you just mainly go into the level, make it to the end, and continue on to the net and fight an enemy at the end of every 5 levels. But it does have missions tied to that, which you're gonna need to call a Wikipedia or a fact to open up to actually tell you what you're gonna need to do. Since all this in kanji, and if you do not speak the language, your game fat will be your best friend. Since a lot of these are complex, like completing a level with 50% of health, or defeating a level using a certain technique, and of course by doing this you unlock more money or characters throughout the game. And in the middle of the game, in certain level you will meet certain Wider, which will give you a choice of either switching your character out for the new Wider or having them join your team overall. So all Wider, Kamen Rider Generation is a fun game. Any of the game can be beaten in about 5 hours, and the last day can get a little grindy to get your character up to snuff to actually survive the last couple levels. But don't let that throw you from being a short game, because this game have a lot you can do with each character being able to upgrade, buying new equipment for them, and all the unlock. You can easily spend 20-30 hours on this game, but for whoever that just want to get to the end, it is short, but I highly recommend this. And since the kanji is not that big of a deal, outside the mission structure, you don't really need to know any Japanese. So I give all Wider Generation a 4 out of 5.